Today we're diving into 10 of the best linear story games that will take you on unforgettable journeys. With gripping characters and emotional plots, these games prove that sometimes the story itself is more impactful than the world around it. But before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more awesome lists. Let's get started. Set in an alternate steampunk version of Victorian London, The Order 1886 takes you on a cinematic journey through a world filled with half-breed monsters and ancient orders of knights. Playing as Sir Galahad, you're part of an elite force fighting a centuries-old war. The story pulls you into a web of conspiracy, loyalty, and betrayal, with each plot twist leaving you questioning who to trust. Visually, the game is stunning, with its foggy, atmospheric streets of London blending historical and fantastical elements to create a world that feels both familiar and futuristic. What truly makes this game shine, though, is how the gameplay seamlessly supports the story, feeling more like an interactive movie than just an action game. The emotional transformation of Galahad from a loyal knight to a rebel is compelling, giving depth to both the character and the narrative. Though the combat can be criticized for its simplicity, the creative weaponry and the tension of close-quarters firefights make every battle feel important. The Order 1886 might have been short, but it left a long-lasting impact with its emotionally charged storyline and breathtaking visuals.
Be our downfall.
Heavy Rain is a psychological thriller where every decision you make can change the fate of its characters. You follow four protagonists in the hunt for the origami killer, a murderer who targets children. The game excels in its complex character development, from Ethan Mars, a father devastated by personal tragedy, to Norman Jayden, an FBI agent struggling with addiction. The tension in this rain-soaked, noir-inspired world is palpable, and it constantly keeps you on edge. What makes Heavy Rain special is the way the gameplay intertwines with the story. Every choice you make, every action, has real consequences. The story can twist and turn based on your decisions, making each playthrough unique. The quick-time events aren't just filler, they raise the stakes, making you feel the pressure and urgency of each moment. It's a game that places heavy moral dilemmas on your shoulders, and the weight of those choices lingers long after the credits roll. For anyone who loves narrative-driven games, Heavy Rain is a must-play.
All I ask is that you use that time to answer some questions.
You want to pay me to tell you about my son? Is that it? You can buy my body, Mr. Shelby, but my son is not for sale. Get out of here. Get the fuck out!
Based on the Fables comic series, The Wolf Among Us thrusts you into a gritty, neon-lit world where fairy tale characters live in exile, hidden among humans. You play as Bigby Wolf, the sheriff of Fabletown, and your job is to solve a brutal murder that spirals into a much larger conspiracy. The character development is masterful, particularly Bigby's arc from feared beast to conflicted anti-hero. The setting is both familiar and surreal, blending fairy tale lore with noir detective elements in a way that feels fresh and engaging. As with Heavy Rain, your choices in The Wolf Among Us shape the narrative, affecting how characters perceive you and how events unfold. The combat is mostly quick-time events, but the real heart of the game lies in the dialogue and character interactions. The game's mature themes of identity, morality, and redemption make the story not just memorable but impactful. This is a game where even fairy tales aren't guaranteed a happy ending.
You know what this means?
Tarot is a backwards art. I wouldn't put too much stock in its wisdom, Bigby.
Not when you've been so helpful.
Prevision's muddy. I'm as clear as a window.
If you're loving these story-driven gems so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on the rest of the list. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is a deeply emotional journey where you control two siblings on a quest to save their dying father. The game's unique control scheme allows you to control both brothers simultaneously, creating an innovative and intimate gameplay experience. The world they explore is full of stunning, fairy tale-like visuals that reflect their inner struggles. What makes this game unforgettable is how the storytelling is woven into the gameplay itself. There's no spoken dialogue, but the relationship between the brothers and the challenges they face together are communicated through the puzzles and interactions you solve. It's not just about completing tasks, it's about the emotional weight behind each one. The heart-wrenching twist near the end will leave you speechless, and it's that emotional punch that makes Brothers one of the most powerful storytelling experiences in gaming.
Hey, Nae!
Set in 14th century France during the time of the Black Death, A Plague Tale: Innocence follows two siblings, Amisha and Hugo, as they struggle to survive both the plague and the Inquisition. The bond between Amisha and her younger brother is at the heart of this narrative, and the character development is beautifully done. The world is dark, grim, and filled with horrific imagery of disease and death, which only makes the tender moments between the siblings more impactful. The gameplay revolves around stealth and puzzle solving, but the way it supports the story is exceptional. As you guide Hugo through dangerous territory, their bond grows and the tension is palpable. What makes the story so memorable is how it explores themes of family, loss, and survival in a world that seems intent on tearing them apart. A Plague Tale is both heart-wrenching and visually stunning, making it a standout in the linear story genre.
Cam, you can be sure they heard that.
Something's going on over there. Guys.
On the surface, Spec Ops: The Line might look like a standard military shooter, but it's anything but. Set in a sandstorm-ravaged Dubai, the game follows Captain Martin Walker as his mission to find a missing colonel spirals into madness. What starts as a typical rescue mission turns into a haunting exploration of the psychological horrors of war. The character development of Walker is one of the most gripping aspects of the game, as he slowly unravels under the weight of his decisions. The game forces you to confront the brutal consequences of violence in a way few games do. The linear structure ensures that the story never loses its tension, and the shocking twists will leave you questioning not just the game, but your own morality. Spec Ops: The Line is an emotional gut punch, and its impact will stick with you long after the credits roll.
One down!
What Remains of Edith Finch is a unique narrative experience where you explore the lives and tragic fates of the Finch family. As Edith, you return to your family home to piece together the stories of your ancestors. Each family member's story is told through distinct gameplay mechanics, creating a diverse and deeply emotional experience. The game feels like a collection of short stories, each more haunting and surreal than the last. Its world building is intricately detailed, with the Finch house itself serving as a living character in the narrative. What makes this game stand out is how it uses gameplay to evoke emotion, turning mundane tasks into deeply meaningful experiences. It's a game about life, death, and the stories we leave behind, and its impact is profound.
Coming back? I finally know what it is. There's just too much of it. But if you know anything about the Finch family, you know the stories have at least one thing in common. Someone always dies at the end.
In Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, you play as Senua, a Celtic warrior on a journey into the Viking underworld to save the soul of her deceased lover. What makes this game so special is its portrayal of Senua's struggle with psychosis, blending her inner turmoil with the haunting landscapes she navigates. The game's audio design is particularly notable, using binaural sound to simulate the voices in Senua's head, making you feel as if you're experiencing her mental illness firsthand. The combat is brutal and intense, but it's the story that leaves the most lasting impact. The game's exploration of mental health, grief, and determination makes it a truly unique and unforgettable experience. Hellblade is a masterpiece of both storytelling and atmosphere. The Uncharted series has always been known for its cinematic action and larger-than-life adventures, but Uncharted 4 elevates the narrative to new heights. Nathan Drake's final adventure is not just about treasure hunting, it's about family, legacy, and the cost of obsession. The character development, especially between Nate and his brother Sam, is exceptional, and the emotional stakes are higher than ever. The world building is stunning, with exotic locations that feel like characters in their own right. The gameplay supports the storytelling perfectly, with every action-packed sequence pushing the narrative forward. What makes this story unforgettable is how it balances the epic with the personal, giving us a satisfying conclusion to one of gaming's greatest heroes. If you've made it this far and are enjoying this journey through these unforgettable games, don't forget to subscribe. More epic gaming content is coming your way. Last but certainly not least, we have Red Dead Redemption, a game that defines what it means to go on an unforgettable journey. Set in the dying days of the American Wild West, you play as John Marston, a former outlaw forced to hunt down his old gang to save his family. The character development of Marston is one of the best in gaming, as he grapples with his violent past and his desire for redemption. The world is vast, but the story remains focused, leading to one of the most emotional conclusions in gaming history. Every mission, every character interaction, serves to deepen your connection to Marston's journey. The combat is thrilling, but it's the storytelling that sets this game apart. It's a tale of loyalty, loss, and the price of freedom, making Red Dead Redemption a truly unforgettable experience.
Come on! Come on! See that?
Thanks for joining me on this journey through some of the best linear story games out there. Whether you're in it for the characters, the emotional plots, or just the unforgettable experiences, these games deliver something special. If you enjoyed the list, don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss out on future videos. Let me know in the comments which game had the biggest impact on you. Until next time, keep gaming, and I'll see you in the next video.